I'm Daemonxel, and this is your Eve Echoes Community News, where we take a deep dive into all the happenings of the week. But first, as always, if you can tag that subscribe button, ring that bell, share and like the video, then, of course, you're going to stay up to date with everything we do here on the channel. Now, those of you that did celebrate this past holiday, I hope you guys had a great holiday. I'm sorry there was no video last week. It was due to the holiday. I was trying to get one out before the holiday hit, but unfortunately, life did not, cooperate in that fashion. But it's a good thing that all the news is still relevant to this day. And first, we're going to take a look at what's going on in Fountain. Some say war, some say rental disagreement, and others say it's just good old-fashioned fun. This all started when DM Dracus, a member of Ret C, dropped this statement, or these statements, in the Fear Diplo channel. The statement reads, "As the entrepreneur crustaceans we are, Ret C is always looking for ways to expand our business interests. Our newest business venture is expanding into the rental market with our Crab for Less program. Currently, we are looking to lease Basilisk for a 6-month term. We're ready to open negotiations for weekly payments per solve system, with price ranges from the low billions to the tens of billions, depending on the prestigious location you wish to occupy. Views, easy access to high-speed trade routes. We're here to bring you into Crab for Less program today. Before you jump at this auspicious opportunity to join the program, we do notice there is a large unpaid balance that I am here to claim. Due to Fear pilots being behind 2 months on the POS rent, we are expecting Fear to start the evacuating process on Monday and to be finished with the process by Tuesday, November 22nd, 2022. Ret C expects Fear to pay any back taxes that are owed, concluding to 1.6 billion. If our wishes have not been respected, we will be forced to take further action. Once again, this is due to Fear being 6 months behind on rent. Until this matter is finished, we will be halting any deal that we currently have until our wishes have been met. If we are unable to collect back taxes and come to a new lease agreement for Basilisk, we will begin looking for new tenants. Crabs, above all else, are crustaceans of honor. We only choose tenants we believe are deserving of such an opportunity. As such, in tradition of the Crab way, the new tenants will be required to claim Basilisk by their own claws, in an honorable duel with the Fear Alliance. However, should outside parties decide to disrespect this honorable duel to be Ret C's new tenants of Basilisk, escalation will be met with escalation. If an additional corp assists with the Fear Alliance, an additional corp shall assist with the new tenants. Should an additional alliance assist Fear Alliance, an additional alliance shall assist the new tenants. In the grave situation that a most dishonorable coalition is formed to assist the Fear Alliance, then a coalition will be formed to assist the new tenants. In conclusion, we look forward to your new rental agreement or honorable crab combat between yourselves and the possible new tenants, should you decide to continue squatting in Ret C's rental space. And of course, this message has been approved by Crab Team 6. Now, on the Fear side, this was echoed by chants of Ret C is declaring war on Fear. But let it be known that not one Ret C pilot has hit any structures or pilots in the Fear Alliance. That, unfortunately, has been left to the new renters, which is mildly intoxicated. So, in contacting Fear Alliance, I was given a statement saying, hot off the presses of the Fear PR, recent events unfolding in Fountain indicate ex-Blap President has turned to roost in Western New Eden. Following the rout of Blap from Delve and a subsequent 6-month stay in OG space, DM Dracus has returned to his homeland in Fountain, demanding ISK to be paid to his personal account, or his former allies of Fear will be subject to threat of escalating force backed by Ret C and a mysterious unnamed coalition backer. Reached for comment, Fear leadership states that they are responding to this recent incident of Dracmongering with the standard response of okay. It is unknown to Fear why DM Dracus recently changed his name and rejoined Ret C. His behavior of late has seemed erratic, bouncing from corp to corp within OG and landing in Ret C. His longtime friends, mildly intoxicated Corp, left OG at the same time the MI invasion begun, coinciding with DM's demands. Fear's official response to their former friends in Red Sea is with the "What WTF" emoji and other emojis, following Red Sea's unexpected move selecting the former dictator as their official external diplomat. Fear management is slightly confused by the return of Darhk and unalarmed at the threats of coalition-level escalation. So I did want to press the subject, so I asked if mildly intoxicated proves too much for Fear/Hell to handle, would they be calling in reinforcements? I was returned with the statement, I believe so. Fear intends to fight hard, but if it proves too much, we have long-standing friends and friendly rivals in the surrounding area. I turn around and ask, do you think this current war, if it is a war, will escalate to cap warfare, or do you believe that this is one to be fought with subcaps? The answer I received was, yes, full stop. Self-elimination wars require all hands on deck, as they always should. Bring out the bigger, and biggest guns. Fear will unflinchingly commit every and all resource towards keeping our homeland intact. If other teams bring caps to meet ours, especially if mystery coalitions join the rumble, it will mean unparalleled carnage to the likes of which Fountain hasn't seen since the fall of Pantheon. The end of this war will come in one of two ways. One, MI and their benefactors retreat to their own space if it's still available, or two, Fear will bleed every last Trit, ISK, and IP, burning everything before we capitulate. There will be no terms except for the line in the sand between Hydra and Basilisk. That is, of course, unless MI would like to ask us about option 3, which we do not charge rent for, and we would be happy to discuss. Hint, hint, they needn't come as invaders, as they would probably be welcome addition to one of our many bountiful systems if a friendly spokesperson were to choose to reach out in a friendly way to another friendly spokesperson. Now, I did also reach out to Mildly Intoxicated for their statement on the subject, and they said, as you already reported, MI is leaving OG looking for a new home, but most importantly, for new ways to play the game that gets our members excited and involved more on what we love about the game, PvP. While talking to various friends about this, we learned that our buddies in Red Sea had a falling out with their southern neighbors, Fear, who are past due on rent, and a generally unpleasant, overextending neighbor overall. So, together with a handful of old friends, Temp, we're more than happy to release Southern Fountain from this unfit occupation and make sure we have much better neighbors than our previous ones. Best regards, Mildly Intoxicated. And they want it known that this statement is also their declaration of intent. So, of course, I had to go to the top of Red Sea to find out their statement on the current subject as well, since it's all basically emulated from Red Sea. I was told by Nox that the meat and potatoes of our post, for those who want more facts and less crap shenanigans, is the following. 3 corporations, MI, UNFQ, and SQSQ, are looking to fight Fear Alliance for their Fountain Sov in Basilisk. As this is one normal-sized corporation and 2 very small corporations, Red Sea feels that this is a reasonable fight and good content for both parties. The Fear Alliance owns a lot of Sov. Now it's time to see if they can defend it without reliance on other alliances from a smaller force than themselves, or if they need to reduce the Sov they lay claim to. However, as a regular enemy combatant of Red Sea, we believe Fear to be a competent PvP organization and be quite capable of defending themselves on their own. In the extreme unlikely scenario that the opposite of Fear is true and requires allies to defend what they cannot, in order to balance the equation and encourage healthy content in the game, Red Sea has offered the following solution to this unlikely issue. Should Fear seek help from another external corporation, another corporation shall assist the attackers. Should Fear seek the assistance of another alliance against 3 corporations, then another alliance shall assist the attackers. Should a coalition be formed against these 4 attackers, a coalition will be formed to support the attackers. In summary, it is an unlikely event that Fear is unable to defend themselves from a drastically smaller force that is MI, UNFQ, and SQSQ on their own and calls for outside assistance. Ret C will do what it can to balance the equation. To anyone wondering when Ret C will step in, we are Crab headquarters can assure you that the tradition of running the goose will be conducted before any hostile action. And already the battles have begun, with MA laying siege to the structures belonging to Fear and Hell. I am told many structures are put into timers already, and there are actually videos on Casper's YouTube channel, which there'll be a link to in the description below. Some of it should be playing behind me right now. In one battle was 30 Fear against 15 MI pilots, and the totals of that battle was 15 billion in kills on the MI side to Fear, with only 4 billion losses, as well as a battle over a hull timer on a POS where a CTA fleet was late to the party. MI held the grid, destroyed the POS, and was able to get away with minimal losses. So the battles are ongoing, and it has not escalated beyond Hell Fear versus MI and the Temp Alliance. That would be the SQ and UNFQ. Now, I also got a message stating that all parties are having a blast during this. In fact, from Fear I'd also like to express joint sentiment expressed from both sides of the war. This has been one of the most fun, challenging, balanced wars Fountain has ever seen. This war has had even our Fountain neighbors saying they're envious of all the fun. We will keep an eye on what's going on in Fountain to see if it does escalate to other parties. Now, in other news, you might not have seen this, but there was a jump freighter that was killed. This would make the second jump freighter on record to have been destroyed. This was a Rhea jump freighter. Estimated price is 89.3 billion. Now, the story doesn't just end there. What happened next was a series of events of what this pilot did with his other accounts. After the jump freighter had died, he then emptied out the Corp wallet, emptied out the Corp hangars, and then rage quit the corporation with himself, as well as all of his other alts. Now, I did reach out to this pilot named Jimmy Jam, and I wanted to get his side of the story. Needless to say, he did not want to comment. I reached out again the next day, saying, is there anything that he wanted to say on the subject? And he basically said, I appreciate it, but no, the jump freighter ambush was just part of the game. They got me good. My leaving Corp is a personal matter. Now, obviously, you know me. I reached out to the executor of that alliance, the WTH, the World Trade Hub, and talked to its executor Z. He states that Jimmy was the Corp's XO. He pretty much helped founding it. What he did was disappointing, to say the least, but I've witnessed similar heists before and learned from them. Jimmy only had access to what I wanted him to have access to, and he did way less damage than what he intended to do. The Corp is still going strong, and he barely did any damage. All in all, beyond disappointment of one of the founding members' treachery, but we're doing well. I turned around and asked if he knew how it spiraled into a heist, and Z basically said that, well, the way he thought of it was he could recoup his losses, taking back his donations that helped founding the corporation. Some good portion of the stuff that he took was his anyways, since he whaled the Corp initially. After I hit up Jimmy Jam that second time, I did go back to Z and told him that he said that the kill and the heist were unrelated. The answer I got back was, to be honest, I'm just making assumptions at this point. Only he knows what his thought process is when he did what he did. If he says they are separate, then they may be. However, I was contacted back by Z later that day, stating that he had an update. He did speak with Jimmy. He expressed that he's going through some difficult time in real life, and he let his emotions get the better of him. He apologized and made amends. So I asked, did he return the ISK and the items? And Z finished off stating that not the items, as they were destroyed. He returned the ISK and a good chunk of the items worth, though. It just goes to show that anyone can have a bad day and it spiral out of their control. Our next story involves the bazaar. That's the Interstellar Bazaar that's going on in the game for the next few days. They want it known that as a comparison of boxes from the previous event, that the differences don't match up. He states that the Interstellar Bazaar event was very disappointing to players because the chance of points falling out of the boxes to achieve the rating has become 10 times lower, unlike the previous similar event, which took place 6 months ago. Of course, the developers did not warn us about this, and they did a comparison of both boxes from this event and the previous event. As you can see, the luck points kind of remain the same except for that faction battleship, where in the 6 months previous on the Neon Rain, it was 3,000, and here it's 2,000 luck. But the odds are completely different. If you look down, you had greater chances with the odds on the last event than at this event. Now he goes on to say that this does not affect the daily top 20 because it can be closed for $400 to $500 if you correctly allocate resources and buy the right boxes to get the CyberX core. But the achievement of the Interstellar offering is only feasible with an investment of $4,000 to $5,000 because it requires 3,000 to 5,300 points in order to get a Neon Rain core, which is much worse than the CyberX core. He wants to know, was this the plan? Getting the worst core that costs 10 times more? Where is the logic in that? The Starry Carnival was also affected because it requires 70,000 points with rewards that cost $20 tops. But in order to get them, you need to invest about $40,000. The conclusion is, 1, the chances of getting points and items from the boxes have been reduced. Interstellar offering has not been repaired. It still requires 5,300 points, but it should require 900 tops for all the rewards that are there, and it makes perfect sense. 2, the Starry Carnival has exactly the same problem where it requires 70,000 points, but it should require only 7,000 points for all the rewards. So I'll leave that out there for all you to digest. All of you are probably a lot better at math than I am. Now, we do have 2 up for the spotlight this week. The first is a service. The second is, well, we're going to get to the second. But the first up is Darhk Designs by Samuel Darhk. Samuel Darhk is probably the best known of the business newcomers in New Eden. He designs your Corp logos, posters, and much, much more. Great importance is attached to fast results with high level of professionalism. Payment is made with ISK. Darhk Designs even offers auctions where you can bid on unique posters. Now, you can get all this information and more if you go to his website, www.darkdesigns.webnode.at, or follow the link below in the description below to Darhk's Discord channel. Now, if you may not have known, you've probably seen some of his work already. A lot of the posters for the Rebel Alliance, as well as other corporations throughout Eve Echoes. Now, if you were wondering if this is all above board, it is. He actually has the devs' blessings on selling you these designs for in-game currency. So you have the ISK, he has the designs. All you guys need to do is get together and see what you want to do. Next up is a Discord service called the Black Market. Now, you may be wondering, what is the New Eden Black Market? Well, it's a Discord where you can find everything under the sun. And now, because these are private auctions and private sales, you do need to pay ISK to join the Discord server itself. But things you can find in this servers is everything you can buy on the market, items for auction, industry materials, ship debris, modules, subcaps, rigs, integrations, implants, ship capital, structures. Now you're saying, Damon, we can get this stuff in game. Yes, you could, but these are backdoor dealings where you can get other things as well, such as rental agreements for SOV, intelligence for sale through shadow brokers, hiring mercenaries, putting bounty contracts out on players, dormant realm carries, hiring just an FC to lead your roam. Hell, you could even put bounties out on structures. All this and more can be found at the New Eden Black Market. Now, I will put a Discord link in the description below, but remember, It is a ISK-based service, so you will have to pay ISK to become a member of the black market. And as a added bonus, for the first 10 people who go over there and use my special code word KIDNEY, because we all know organ selling is also on the black market, they will get free VIP access to the server. So go on over, join today, use my code word, and see who can get in. We're bringing something back. That's right, the bounty board is back, and we have a banquet on content creators. The first 2 content creators up is Captain Benzie and Vetemune, both belonging to Void. The targets, as I said, is Captain Benzie. Now, the type of contract is a one-time kill on each. The bounty amount is 250 mil on each of those. The requirements are no pods or scepters. Kills must be made after the time of this posting. If you blue on blue and share in void space local, then there's a bonus. So, again, from the time of this airing, the bounty on both of them is 250 mil each, and a bonus if you're blue to them and share it in void space local. Next, we know him as Rambo's counterpart on the Echoes of New Eden. Taylor Rick has a bounty of 500 million on his corpse. This is a one-time bounty. The requirement is must not be in a pod or interceptor, no blue on blue. If kill mail is bigger than the bounty, then there is a bonus. Kills must be made after the time of this posting, i.e. after this show. And what would any content creator, bounty bonanza be without yours truly? Yes, I actually have 2 bounties on me. The first is a one-time kill bounty payment of 1 billion ISK. The requirements are it must be a combat, PvE, or indie ship, no pods or scepters, and must be a kill mail from the time after this bonus is being passed. So, yes, after this video. So, 1 billion on my head, but I have to be in a combat, PvE, or basically anything other than a scepter or a pod. However, there's also a second bounty on me, and this bounty is for 3 billion ISK, so there's a total of 4 billion on my head. Now, this one is 10% PPK per kill mail, so you can just keep killing me until the 10% equals 3 billion to finish this bounty out. However, if you all know me, you know it's going to take a very long time because I'm cheap and I fly cheap things. But I always relish a challenge, so come at me. Now, also, Matty Hunt also has a 5 million bounty on his head as well. Now, this is a one-time kill mail, and he just can't be in a pod or an interceptor. Now, if you're wondering where to get paid from these are actually from the black market. So you would have to become a member to receive payment on these bounties. Happy hunting, everyone. All right, before we get into the big kills of the week, I do have 2 things to say. One is an honorable mention. For big kills, it goes out to a not purple shoot-it fleet commander named S. McCoy, who led his last roam this past November 20th. I'm told he was responsible for trillions of ISKs lost due to his roams this past year, and will be a big loss for the community as he leaves to focus on current life events and the next chapter of his story. A big 07 out to you, sir. And as a PSA, no matter what ship you are in, you are never 100% safe. Now, this interceptor pilot was killed because he does what so many out there always do. They feel safe using a interceptor as a mini hauler. Now, I've done it, you've done it, we've all done it, but that doesn't mean that we are always safe in doing so, and this pilot was reminded of that fact. And as you can see, he lost a lot of skins, cores, and a bunch of stuff from this past Interstellar Bazaar, such as implant outboxes and 3 CyberX core boxes for a faction battleship, a regular battleship, and a cruiser. So just remember and always be mindful when you are setting that autopilot for your interceptor. But let's move right into the big kills, and No starts us off this week with 2 Balgorn kills, one for 9.3 billion, the other for 10.8 billion. They also got a Macarial for 11.1 billion, an Orca worth 7.1 billion, a 24.3 billion Vindicator kill, and a 19 billion Nestor kill. Now, there's a funny story. This Nestor didn't just die once, but again, it did die 10 days later to mug this time for a price tag of $19.5 billion. Now, the Temple Alliance also gives us a $6.4 billion Coveter 2 kill. The ESCA gives us a $7.1 billion Magnet Covert Ops. Silent Federation gives us a $17.2 billion Vindicator kill. AAA Ad Astra gives us 3 Balgorn kills, one at 5.7, one at 8.7, one at 5.8. They also gave us 2 Nightmare kills, one at 7 billion, one at 8.3 billion. Dead gives us not 1, not 2, but 3 Barghest kills. The first one for 19.7 billion, the next one for 16.8 billion, and the last one for 17.3 billion. They also got themselves 5 Balgorn kills this week, one for 5.6, one for 5.6, another for 5.3, another for 5.7, and the last for 9.8 billion. Now, they didn't also stop there. They also got themselves a 17 billion Charon Freighter kill. And that's going to bring us right into the cap kills of the week. And the Brethren Court gives us a 39.5 billion Archon kill. A Not Purple Shoot It Fleet gives us a 36.3 billion Nidhogger kill. No gives us a 111.2 billion Cyber X Cord Rorqual kill. Silent Federation gives us a 30.3 billion Nidhogger kill. AAA Ad Astra gives us a 37.7 Nidhogger kill. And Dead gives us a 36.3 billion Nidhogger kill. And that's going to move us right into everyone's favorite part of the show, and that is a chance of winning a free Omega combo. We give them away for both the solo kills of the week, which is Industrial and PvP. And starting us off in Industrial is Show Me Your Sits for a 1.4 billion Noctis kill. Dream gives us a 4.8 billion Badger 2 kill. Now notice the Balgorn in its hull that it was carrying. Dex 257 gives us a 5.581 billion Outpost kill. Heck 28 also gives us a 5.581 billion Outpost kill. Arkin Resendera gives us a 5.6 billion Orca kill, 5.676 billion. Captain Berger gives us a 5.690 Amicus Covert Ops kill. And the winner this week in the Industrial category is Fabian Cito with a 14.3 billion solo Citadel kill. This is one left over from the Rebel Alliance, and he did solo it, and he wins himself an Omega combo. Now we're going to move right into the solo PvP. Captain Oblivious starts us off with a 2.1 billion Tempest Striker kill. Violet 58 Brian gives us a 2.2 billion Dramiel kill. Ice Skull gives us a 2.6 billion Ashimu kill. Eurasian TDWL gives us a 2.9 billion Rattlesnake kill. Flip Flops gives us a 3.5 billion APOC Striker kill. Axel gives us a 3.6 billion Stratios kill. And Ron Solo also gives us a 4.4 billion Slasher 2 Interceptor kill. Sharika Daryl gives us a 4.6 billion Vindicator kill. Wild Nigel gives us a 6.9 billion Interceptor kill. Dirty Scout gives us a 7.6 billion Dramiel kill. And winning this week in the solo PvP category, and I'm not sure if this is, I'm pretty sure this is a record breaker. This is, I believe, the first carrier soloed by a cruiser, and it's worth 29.3 billion. He got himself a Nidhogger kill with a Cinnable. Congratulations, winners. Hit me up on Discord, and I'll tell you how I can get that prize out to you. And that's going to be our show. Now, don't worry, there's going to be more news coming very soon. We just learned of a big story that broke yesterday, and I'm going to try and get it out this evening if I can. If not, it'll be out tomorrow, because this was the news that was catching us up to this point. Everything from November 17th to now. So, but if you do need more news in your life, you know, I'm going to send you to a couple different places. First, as always, the legendary Echoes of New Eden podcast every Thursday, now at 6:30 MST time. If you want to be part of the live audience and join Rambo, Taylor Rick, and Crimson King for their podcast, just shoot over to their Discord server and jump on into the conversation. And as always, there is the New Eden Radio, which has a great show every Sunday for the entire community, where we discuss news and both EVE Online, EVE Echoes. We play some great music and we talk about current events. So until I talk to you again, have a great week, have a great weekend, fly safe, and remember, we're always one vision, one purpose, one front.